English story. The Little Match Girl. It was very, very cold. It had snowed and it grew dark. It was the last evening of the year, New Year's Eve. In the cold and dark, a poor little girl, with bare head and bare feet, was walking through the streets. When she left her own house, she certainly had had slippers on. But what could they do? They were very big slippers, and her mother had used them till then, so big were they. The little maid lost them as she slipped across the road, where two carriages were rattling by terribly fast. One slipper was not to be found again, and the boy ran away with the other. He said he could use it for a cradle when he had children of his own. So now the little girl went with her little naked feet, which were quick red and blue with the cold, and an all-day apron. She carried a number of matches and a bundle of them in her hand. No one had bought anything of her all day. No one had given her a copper. Hungry and cold she went and drew herself together, poor little thing. The snowflakes fell on her long yellow hair, which curled prettily over her neck. But she didn't think of that now. In all the windows, lights were shining, and there was a glorious smell of roast goose out there in the street. It was no doubt New Year's Eve. She thought of that. In a corner formed by two houses, one of which was a little farther from the street than the other, she sat down and crept close. She had drawn up her little feet, but she was still colder, and she didn't dare to go home, for she had sold no matches, and she had not a single cent. Her father would beat her, and besides, it was cold at home, for they had nothing over them but a roof through which the wind whistled, though straw and rags stopped the largest holes. Her small hands were quite numb with the cold. Ah, a little match might do her good if she only dared draw one from the bundle and strike it against the wall and warm her fingers at it. She drew one out. Ratch! How it spluttered and burned. It was a warm, bright flame, like a little candle when she held her hands over it. It was a wonderful little light. It really seemed to the little girl as if she sat before a great polished stove with bright brass feet and a brass cover. The fire burned so nicely. It warmed her so well. The little girl was just putting out her feet to warm these too. When out went the flame, the stove was gone. She sat with only the end of the burned match in her hand. She struck another. It burned. It gave a light, and where it shone on the wall became thin like a veil, and she could see through it into the room where tables stood spread with a white cloth and with china on it. And the roast goose smoked gloriously, stuffed with apples and dried plums. And what was still more splendid to behold? The goose hauled down from the dish and waddled along the floor with a knife and fork in its breast. Straight to the little girl he came. Then the match went out, and only the thin, damp, cold wall was before her. If you have liked this story here, please hit the like button. She lighted another. Then she was sitting under a beautiful Christmas tree. It was greater and finer than the one she had seen through the glass door at the rich merchant's. Thousands of candles burned upon the green branches, and colored pictures like those in the shop windows looked down upon them. The little girl stretched forth both hands toward them. Then the match went out. The Christmas lights went higher and higher. She saw that now they were stars in the sky. One of them fell and made a long line of fire. "Now someone is dying," said the little girl. For her old grandmother, the only person who had been good to her, but who is now dead, said, "When a star falls, a soul mounts up to God." She rubbed another match against the wall. It became bright again, and in the light there stood the old grandmother, clear and shining, mild and lovely. "Grandmother," cried the child, "oh, take me with you. I know you will go when the match is burned out. You will go away like the warmth of the nice roast goose and the great glorious Christmas tree." And she hastily rubbed the whole bundle of matches, for she wished to hold her grandmother fast, and the matches burned with such a glow that it became brighter than in the middle of the day. Grandmother had never been so large or so beautiful. She took the little girl up in her arms, and both flew in the light and the joy so high, so high. And up there was no cold, nor hunger, nor care. They were with God. But in the corner by the house sat the little girl, with red cheeks and smiling mouth, frozen to death on the last evening of the old year. The New Year's sun rose upon the little body that sat there with the matches, of which one bundle was burnt. She wanted to warm herself. The people said no one knew what fine things she had seen, and in what glory she had gone in with her grandmother to the New Year's Day. Thanks for watching this video till the end.